Oh my god, it's 10:30. Oh, I'm being late for more than 1 hour and 30 minutes. I forgot to set my alarm clock. Oh my god.
Anyone?
Oh my god, time is not enough. I'm going to be late. Hey, where is my key? Oh, here. Okay. Okay, fine, let's go. Oh my god, it's already 8:50.
The background of our project is that after spending half a year in MSGO program, we found being late for class was a huge problem. So we tried to figure out some underlying reason and provide some suggestions to avoid late for class. We collected year 17 to 18 MSGO students' data for late for class as response variable to do the analysis. The first phase of the DMAIC model is defined phase. We define the problem through process mapping. As shown in process mapping, a student may go through these following processes from waking up to leaving home. In the second phase, we measure the current situation through customer needs mapping and try to figure out the most important figures. Customers' requirements are categorized into two types: internal and external requirements. After learning the requirement of students, we want to identify if there is significant difference between students attending class on time and students late for class. The first tool we use is cause-effect diagram. We divided courses into two main categories. Each categories have some sub-courses. After getting the attendance score from Terry, our team designed an online questionnaire to collect information of our classmates' daily procedures. With valid feedbacks from 30 classmates, we began to process the data to find useful factors. Based on common sense, present or late will be affected by the distance between the home and campus. But from the feedbacks, we concluded that people will tend to reserve more time if their homes are further away from LSK. So in this case, we use time-distance ratio as a factor to run the regression. Obviously, with larger TD ratio, someone will have a bigger chance to arrive on time. Meanwhile, it would be very time costly if someone need to exchange from transportation to another. During the exchange, there will be a lot of idling time for queuing and waiting. The number of exchanges should be another important factor. What's more, the various steps before departing the residences are supposed to influence the target variable. During these steps, we make an assumption that the toilet per person ratio will cost time before departing. In the end, we decided to use these four factors to make a regression to explain the response variable. After regression, we found exchange number and TD ratio have p-values less than 5%. It showed that these two factors are statistically significant for this regression. From the residue plot, the residue is normally distributed. In the previous regression test, we found the two most significant factors affecting the attendance points are exchange number and the value of TD ratio. Therefore, we select these two factors as the ones to be used in DOE, further to evaluate these two factors' main effect. It's clear that in the Pareto chart, the red line only crosses the TD ratio, which denotes that TD ratio is significantly influential on students' attendance. Such conclusion could also be verified by the p-value of TD ratio, which is smaller than 5%. However, based on our model, we could see the R-square is only 45%, which means only 45% of variation of response could be explained by the factors. According to the residue plots, the frequency of residue in the histogram approaches the normal distribution, so the model is close to fitness. From the main effects plot, we could see while the exchange number increases, the attendance plots would fall down. In contrast, when the value of TD ratio increases, the attendance points will be positively affected. In the interaction plot, since the red line and the blue line are not parallel, it shows that there is interaction between these two factors. From the results of our experiments, we come up with two suggestions for MSGO students to avoid late for class. The first one is reduce exchange times by finding ways directly heading to LSK. And the second one is extend TD ratio, which means to spare out longer time when traveling from home to school. Lastly, we come to the control and monitoring phase. We establish feedback mechanisms to confirm the process is in control. If our suggestions work out, it means that the time spared out for shuttling and the exchange number on the way really matters. If not, we will evaluate the process again to find out if there are other factors omitted or we made false assumptions.